Hey guys, talking about pathological codependency and the struggle of maintaining boundaries with covert narcissistic and or toxically abusive relationships of any kind, or the interconnectedness of friends, family, and all the toxicity that can go on with interpersonal relationships and all the myriad of issues. It can get tough. And the fight is a fight of consciousness. It's a fight of what your reality is. You have to maintain your boundary for sanity once you leave these covert narcissists. And it seems like they're tethered to a false reality that doesn't include the target's reality at all. The target's reality doesn't matter. And then you're going to get gaslit by members of that person's coterie, the covert narcissist and the flying monkeys. And not all family has your best interest at hand, though the words would indicate otherwise. So, you have to rely on your own strength. Oftentimes, though, it becomes mentally and physically overbearing to leave the herd of thought, the family unit, the support. It's almost a feeling of unaliveness in a way, because you're leaving the herd from which you have been programmed to get your needs met from, and the needs haven't been met, and dysfunctional relationships start and get worse. And when it gets to the point where you have very little support for your reality, and your brain has been so brainwashed by the song of the constant words and the humming of the covert narcissist, year after year, from when you're a little kid, year after year, you're crazy, you're a sissy, you're this, you're over and over and over and over again, we start to believe what we hear. Ask any salesman, which includes politicians, if they don't do that, and they do. What you keep hearing becomes reality. And you have to gain a strong sense of self to come against a group of people for a bunch of reasons, have decided that it's just easier. It's called cognitive misering, to believe. It's cognitive miser. The brain picks the easiest, way to think about things, so it doesn't have to work as hard. That's where you get all the other social issues from. And people would rather hear gossip, and then to hear the true reality of things is very painful, which is why everybody's trying to run away from it. But good luck with that, covert narcissist, and any other toxic person that thinks they can keep running away. Codependents try to run away in the consciousness of another human being. And the covert narcissist tries to steal the consciousness of the human being because they gave up their ego when they were kids. This is seriously macabre and twisted. And I am not going to sit back and go to the cray-cray house rocking a Cabbage Patch doll from 1985. I'm not doing that. That's not my trajectory. Sorry, whoever was trying to send me there, but I'm not going. I've been to the cuckoo's nest, okay? Trust me, I've been there. And I've worked in the cuckoo's nest basically as a social worker and as a correctional officer as a young man. I've seen a lot of cuckoo. And I've tried to help a lot of people. And I'll be damned if I'm going to accomplish what I've accomplished. And then at the age of 62, be threatened because I stuck up for myself. As they say in Italy, baffangulo with that. It ain't happening. So I would love to go to, like, Judge Judy or something. I'll buy a nice little new suit. Okay? Fine. But I'm a person of action. And so idle words don't work with me. Neither do lies or deception. Doesn't work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work anymore. Let me say that. Because lies and deception did work, especially when you didn't know you were being lied to. Because I watched the movies, but I had no idea that just regular people that you cared about were this insidiously dysregulated. So, and this is not a judgment. This is like, I have to observe so I don't go to the cray-cray place. I'm not going. I've had enough. So whoever in my past, present, or future has a problem with my reality, then there's 8 billion people. Hook onto somebody else's reality. Don't waste my time or yours. And everyone should feel that way. And I wish I had felt that way earlier, but better late than never. So CPTSD, covert narc abuse survivors, it's time to start thriving now, not just surviving. Surviving was basically my career. And I want to get past surviving, and I am feeling it and creating a lot. And some of the people in my past that are actually cuckoo enough to think they could do spells on me, I hear that, and I'm going to try harder. So, what do you think? Ooh, I'm going to run in my... No, No, it's not going to work. So, have strength, have hope. And some days and some hours in a day are going to be bad, but then it gets good. Put on some music to change your mood. But do not, once you realize that people are toxic to that level, just naturally toxic, not even from a drug just toxic, you're under no obligation, no matter how much generational trauma you've been through. You're under no obligation, as I said in the last video, to be at the behest of anyone that has nothing but bad juju to send to you. That's not even evolution. It doesn't even make sense. So look in the mirror and love yourself. And if you don't, what do you think? Everybody loves themselves every second? If you do, you really got a problem. But you told yourself enough bullshit and believed it. Tell yourself good things. And don't let those people get you down. And on the days when you feel like the world is against you, look inside and find somebody that isn't involved with the nonsense that you're surrounded with in your particular situation. So take care and have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Bye. Peace.